Good evening, welcome to Central News for Wednesday the 7th of August. I'm Hilary Entwistle. In today's news, the Tauranga Locals part-time venture of an anonymous forum for women has found international success. Erica Harvey's Anonymous Wife Diaries is an internet forum where women can post up their deepest, darkest secrets and problems, and others give advice. Erica says she has had women from Japan, China and Taiwan post on the page.
The success has been amazing. We've got interaction from people all around the world talking about their deepest secrets, giving advice and helping others.
A Matamata teenager has been chosen for the New Zealand Paralympics development squad. Tane Morrissey is just 15 years of age and was part of a select few chosen to attend a Paralympics New Zealand swim camp in Hamilton. Tane says his next goal is to do well at the National Secondaries Champs and then to train for the 2016 Paralympics.
Going to the secondary schools and impressing the Paralympics New Zealand coaches, and might hopefully get into the high performance squad.
For the first time in the 170-year history of New Zealand's criminal justice system, a justice coalition was launched today at Parliament. The coalition is made up of non-governmental organisations to work with government and criminal justice stakeholders. The group has been well received by the Department of Corrections, Police and the Ministry of Justice. Gregory Fortune, Executive Chair of Prison Fellowship New Zealand, says coalition members have committed to a common vision, a shared set of measurable goals and to the pursuit of evidence-based activities, which will not only reinforce one another's work but also contribute to the government's targets. The East-West divide in the Bay of Plenty will be used as an example of a widening wealth gap in New Zealand at a meeting in Tauranga next Tuesday. Hosted by author Rushbrook, the meeting with a panel of council leaders, Tauranga Mayor Stuart Crosby, Western Bay of Plenty District Council Mayor Ross Patterson and Bay of Plenty Regional Council Chairman John Cronin, will examine inequalities between the Eastern and Western Bay. Max is editor of the new book, Inequality: A New Zealand Crisis, and says an atlas of socio-economic deprivation produced by Otago University researchers reveals stark divides between the two Bay of Plenty sectors. Now for our region's weather, Hamilton, Thursday for you will have a few showers with a northerly. Your expected high is 17 and an overnight low of 7. Tauranga looking very similar for your Thursday, a few showers and a northerly. Your expected high is 17 and an overnight low of 10. Stay tuned, as up next we chat with the Mayor of Tauranga on the City Council's annual plan. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. The annual plan 2013 to 2014 for the Tauranga City Council was adopted on the 27th of June. The plan was affected by changes to the organisational structure. I caught up with Mayor Stuart Crosby to find out what that will mean. The annual plan was affected by changes to the organisational structure. What were these changes and how is it going to affect the annual plan?
It reduced our costs. Our salary bill's gone down by about $1.5 million. Some of our staffing has changed, but by and large the annual plan went quite smoothly. Right to the end we had a major rain event, so we've had to put another $45 million over 5 years into it. So we're then looking initially at a rate requirement of about 0.6%, but now it's panned out at about 2%. So most people understand that we had to continue even more investment into our flood protection. So we were putting about 5.5 million into flood protection, and that's gone up to just under 10 now per year. But it simply had to happen. Other than that, it went through quite smoothly.
Were there job cuts?
No, the elected members for some time wanted to reset this organisation for the future, not for the past. So the slowing down of the economy did affect certain areas of our activities, particularly in the building area. And so it wasn't about slash and burn, it was about making sure this organisation is fit for purpose for the future. So we have a new chief executive, a new senior management team, and so there was a number of quite significant changes.
And what is happening with rates over the next year?
We went out of the draft at 0.6, but of course in April we had a huge rain event, and so the councillors were determined to put more money into flood protection, so we've done that. So the overall rating requirement for most people is about 2% extra, and it's about $58 a year. And so to date, that's been understood and reasonably well received. Looking ahead, we can still believe we can maintain our self-imposed rate cap of inflation plus 2%.
A few projects have been deferred to concentrate on infrastructure. What are some of those projects?
The main one was the upgrade of the Greaton Library, which was a bit of a disappointment to our library users, but we believe that we can address that another way. We had brought some property for that extension if we went one particular version of that extension, so we believe if we can sell those properties, put that money into the new library expansion, as well as development contributions that we've collected for library extensions, then we can get that project over the line in 2014.
The Upper North Island Strategic Alliance funding has been deferred. Will that jeopardise our relationship with these other centres?
No, it won't. The Upper North Island Strategic Alliance work can be done within existing resources, so we don't need to rate extra money for that. And basically that's a collaboration between the Bay of Plenty, the Waikato, Auckland and Northland, parts of Northland. And so the projects that are currently in stream can be funded within existing budgets, and most of it's actually staff time.
One of the major projects is the Southern Pipeline, so how much funding has been allocated for that one?
The Southern Pipeline project is approximately a $106 million project value, and that was when it started several years ago, and it's still around that. It hasn't changed. The scope of it has changed. We've jiggled it around a bit. So the next major element of that is to get across the harbour, and it's probably technically the most challenging. But machinery is now in this country that can do that job, so we're confident, again, that part can come in under budget, as have the rest. So again, the Southern Pipeline is an environmental project first and foremost. A lot of our pumping stations, which are close to our waterways, would overflow when it rained heavily, and so the Southern Pipeline is designed and is taking that risk away.
When are we likely to see it being built?
It's built now up to Memorial Park, so the stage is from Malamy Street, which is an industrial area, heading towards Greaton and picking up the Pies Park growth catchment. That's complete all the way through to the central city effectively at Memorial Park. So the next stage is to get across the harbour, then down Matapihi to Tamanga, where the major wastewater treatment station is.
What are the amendments that have been made to the revenue and financing policy?
They are more technical. Because we restructured our organisation, activities went from one particular sector to the next, so we've had to then shift the financing from one particular sector to the next. The net result is the same, but it's just like, you know, shuffling the cards around in a deck of cards, but there is no financial difference at all. It's just realigning the financial activities with the particular activity itself because of the restructuring change.
What is happening with Route K?
Well, with Route K, we've been in discussions with NZTA, the State Highway Organisation, and they are looking to take over the maintenance. They're looking to put in an electronic tolling facility, so you can just drive through without having to put money into the people that collect it, and so that hopefully will be a lot more user-friendly. So we will still own the debt, but the money, it's always been self-funding. There's been no ratepayer money going into it, but NZTA will take over the ownership of the road and its maintenance.
You can view the annual plan on the Council's website, tauranga.gov.nz. Just ahead, 30 years of success. Welcome back. 1 in 5 New Zealanders are touched by disability. One organisation, Parent to Parent, have been supporting those families caring for a member with a disability, health impairment or special need for many years. I found out more on Parent to Parent. Welcome to the program to both of you. So what is the Parent to Parent organisation?
Well, it's a nationwide network that supports families and whānau of people with disabilities and health impairments, mainly through the provision of information and connecting parents with a trained support parent that has a child or a family member with a similar condition or a similar issue that they're having.
Okay. And so what services is that? Is that, kind of doing a program or doing kind of classes or?
Well, we've got sort of 5 different ways that we do support families. The main way we do is by connecting parents with a trained support parent, and the support parent will have a child with a similar condition or an issue, and they sort of provide a listening ear, practical advice, and just having someone else that's been there and done that. We have an information service. We have researched and trusted information on 3,600 conditions. And we also provide information on issues surrounding conditions, so it's not just about the condition itself, it may be about education or communication and that type of thing too. And all these information requests we get are researched specifically for that information request, so they're not just a stock standard, they are tailor-made to each person. We do have training programs we have nationwide. They are written especially for families and whānau that have a family member or a child with a disability or health impairment. And we have our sibling support program, which is for the brothers and sisters that have a disabled or a brother or sister with a health impairment, and this is delivered in a weekend camp or a one-day workshop. And the last sort of area of our organisation is Altogether Autism, which is an information and advisory service for people that are living on the autism spectrum and their families, and also professionals that work with people that are on the autism spectrum as well.
How long has the organisation been running for?
30 years this year, yeah.
Wow, that's quite a long time.
Yeah.
So, the SIB support, that sounds like such a great...
It is really good. We have about 5 or 6 camps a year we run nationwide, and they're for children aged 8 to 18 that don't have a disability or health impairment themselves. And we have them facilitated by trained facilitators who are siblings themselves too, so they know what it's like, they've been there. And we also have the one-day SIB shop program, which is just a one-day workshop, but there is the workshop component of the camps, but they go on adventure activities, they go kayaking, they go abseiling, and building their own support networks through friends they make, and just equipping them to deal with the challenges of living with a brother or sister with a disability or health impairment.
So, you're saying disability or health impairment, is that pretty much everything?
Yeah, absolutely. So we were all inclusive. Yeah.
And so the Parent to Parent Awareness Week is coming up as well. So tell us a little bit about that campaign.
Okay, so our Awareness Week always runs in August of every year, and this year it's the 12th to the 18th of August, and it's just a chance for us to get out into the community and try and build our awareness so that parents and other organisations know more about us and can come. And it's also a way of making us aware we are not-for-profit, so donations are important for us to keep running and offer the services that we do provide.
So what will be happening throughout our regions, the Waikato and the Bay of Plenty?
Well, I'm the Waikato coordinator, so we've got most of our things happening in Hamilton because that's where I'm based, but on Monday, nationwide, we have a video conferencing launch. So all the regional offices are inviting people to come to their local office, and we're having a video conferencing launch.
Our patron, Rob Hamill, is going to be there to sort of kick that off as well. So
yeah. And for us, we're having one of our coffee groups meet on the Wednesday, and we provide them with a complimentary coffee. We have that at Agora Cafe in Hamilton. So that's nice just to bring the parents together to have a nice coffee and a bit of chat, network. And Saturday's really the big day. That's our nationwide street appeal. And we're going to be collecting at Westfield Chartwell in Hamilton. And so we get volunteers to help us out. And it's basically spending the whole day trying to raise awareness and collect money.
Yeah. And there'll be collections being taken at Bayfair in Mount Maunganui and Fraser Cove in Tauranga, and there will be collections in Rotorua as well. So.
Now, lastly, being a parent is hard enough anyway, and being a parent with, a child with a disability or a health impairment must be, make that 10 times worse sometimes, So what are some good tips to kind of, look after yourself?
I suppose that's fine. I'm a parent of a child with a disability, so that I find helps me in my work. You know, I do have that connection with parents because I'm living it as well, and so I guess rather than tips, it's more about, it is about connecting. It's about making sure you get out there and you connect with other parents, and it doesn't necessarily matter that they don't have the same diagnosis, their child. You still have so much in common. You're using the same, I tell my parents a lot of this, you know, we're using the same education system, we're using the same health system, you know, we might have diagnoses different, but we've got so much in common, and just having people there that understand the language. It's a whole other language. It's really confusing, and the system. So to get that support, get that parent support, and the support for the kids too, because they need it as well. Yeah.
We do also offer a 6-hour training course called Personal Support. And it's for parents that are at the first stage of their journey when they've just had a diagnosis, and it's about the grief process, managing stress, building your support networks, and you get to meet other parents in your area that you might not even know are around, and it's a great way just to get a bit of hope and a bit of good grounding for your future. So
Once again, to find out more information, visit the website parenttoparent.org.nz. Coming up next, Creative Tauranga. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. A lot is happening around Tauranga at the moment for the arts. I caught up with the ladies from Creative Tauranga to find out what the best of the best is. Tracy, there is a new night market coming to town. Tell us about that.
Oh, this is quite exciting. As of Saturday the 31st of August, there is a new night market starting in Tauranga from 5 p.m. in the evening till 11 p.m. and it will be in the Elizabeth Street car park. So Ross, that's organising these night markets, is looking for people to be involved, and they can contact Creative Tauranga for further details. But I think it's going to be a really hit, something really exciting for the summer. I'm really looking forward to it. So if anyone's interested in becoming a stall holder and being part of that, get in touch with us. Otherwise, just make sure you get along on a Saturday night to the Elizabeth Street car park and take part, have a bit of fun.
Tauranga Arts Festival is coming.
Yes, but excited. They've got 14th of August, they're launching their program. Very excited this year. We haven't had much in the way of hints actually yet as to what's on the program, but I understand it will be stunning, and it always is. So we're really looking forward to that launch, and obviously tickets going on sale. So we do recommend people get in nice and early. A lot of the key events do sell out very quickly because we've all been waiting 2 years for the next one to come around. So yes, as of, around about the 15th of August, Creative Tauranga will be holding programs for the Arts Festival.
Grease the Musical is coming to town.
Oh yes, bit of a popular one. Yes, Tauranga Musical Society are doing Grease this year. It's in September, but tickets are on sale through Ticket Direct. It will be an absolutely fantastic production. We've had a bit of a sneak preview and it's very exciting. So get hold of Ticket Direct to get your tickets and get in nice and early so you get those good seats and those prime nights.
Now, Entertainers Club is a new thing at Burita Park.
Yes, that's a new little venture that's happening here on Sunday the 11th of August at Burita Park. Now, there's a Dixie band, there's another couple of musical bands playing as well, and the gorgeous wee Georgia Trebelko Baker. Georgia's only, I think she turned 13 last week actually, and she's on the new Māori TV, have a new country and western program on a Saturday night, I think, and Georgia features on there now and then, and she's just a bit of a local celebrity for us, so she'll be singing at that event too. I believe they have door sales from 4:30 and the event kicks off about 5.
Now, the next exhibition, Denny, coming to the gallery is the Tauranga Girls one.
Yes, we have this exhibition every year. They run a arts fest, they call it, over the months of July and August, and it really finishes off coming in here with their students, both senior and junior students, with an art exhibition, and that's always really so cool, and we always look forward to it, and we always buy something. It's wonderful to see what the students are doing.
And the big event is coming soon.
Yes, the big event. I know, Tarnished Rocks and Divas, 28th of August is our opening night, and we are really pumping it. We're really excited. We've just had Jackie Clark and Annie Crummer down for a run through on Sunday, and that was very exciting. Girls are full in swing. Everybody's looking spectacular, and I think we had there'll be moments like in rehearsal we had a group come out, and it just like brings tears to your eyes, and I'm really hoping that will have the impact on the audience as well when they see this particular group come out. It's very exciting. I can't wait. And then
I can't wait.
28th of August to the 31st, and then everyone's husbands and families will be very happy again.
And tickets are available here.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can get them through the Event Finder website or pop into Creative Tauranga
and they're
purchase
very,
a ticket.
very nearly sold
Limited.
out. So I really, if you're wanting to get a ticket, I advise you just to do that quickly. Don't think about it because you might miss out.
The new issue of Creative Beats coming out soon, doesn't it?
Yes, August already. Beautiful magazine full of delightful stories. We've got, of course, Tarnish Rocks and Divas, Jackie and Annie on the cover. I think every month there's some really, really interesting stories, and you can download it off our website. People who don't know that you haven't ever seen our, go onto Creative Tauranga website, have a look at it. You can always get it sent to you every month. Just contact the office and they'll tell you how you can do that. Yeah, and we have great stories in it, don't we?
It's a real celebration of our region and,
Yeah.
and the multitude of talent that's here. And we love to push those stories out and let the community know who's here.
You can find out more about any of these events at creativetauranga.org.nz, and you can also download a copy of Creative Beat. That is the news for today. We really want you to be involved, so like us on Facebook. Let us know your views. If you have news including your own video and photos, go to our website and hit upload. Thanks for joining us. I will be here again tomorrow night with more guests from in and around our regions. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Have a great evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.